What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 has been an absolute disaster for CD Projekt Red, despite the fact that this game is breaking sales records, despite the fact that it's already made its money back based solely on pre-orders. The CD Projekt stock is absolutely tanking right now, and now CD Projekt Red is scrambling to apologize to everyone, to say that they are sorry for the unacceptable way that this game launched. But the real question is, will people forgive them, and should they? Because they deliberately misled everyone. Every single person that bought this game, whether it was on PC or console, was deliberately misled by CD Projekt Red, where they tried to hide the actual state of this game. Let's get into it today. Now, this is the statement that they released. A statement saying that we are sorry. Right? First of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles. It's interesting they say last-gen, right? Because PS5 and Xbox Series X are out now. Those are next-gen consoles. But current-gen consoles are PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Those are the ones the vast majority of people are playing right now. You can't really even get your hands on a PlayStation 5 if you wanted to buy it right now. But they want to say last-gen consoles before it premiered. And in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, we are going to get back to this entire statement, but I would just like to remind everyone that, yes, some people are giving them a lot of credit for coming out and apologizing like this. But let's keep in mind what they did to set this up. This was all deliberate. They wanted to do this to make you spend your $60 on a game that could not work for many people. Now, some people are having no problem with the performance. They don't think it's bad on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. However, the vast majority of people are having major issues, ranging from, wow, it's really annoying to play this game with these things, to my game is absolutely unplayable, to frame rates in the low teens, to less than 720p resolution. Absolutely unacceptable for any game that comes out on the PlayStation 4. This looks like something we would expect on a PS3. But look at here. This is what I'm talking about. Cyberpunk 2077 reviewers weren't allowed to use their own gameplay. Every single review that you watched was trailer footage. They refused to allow people to show their own gameplay because they knew they would see bugs, they would see glitches, they would see poor performance, and CD Projekt Red did not want that. They said it was for spoilers, but that was a lie. Because you could do it without doing spoilers. You can have people show gameplay that has already been released in trailer footages, just captured by themselves. But no, that is not what they did. They tried to hide it. And in fact, if you want to talk about the base consoles, not a single review code was provided for PS4 or Xbox One. They didn't let people review it on consoles. They didn't want you to see that gameplay. And in fact, they even copyright struck to make sure they kept it quiet. Some people that actually did get PlayStation 4 footage out there because they wanted to hide it from the consumer. And if you want to say that, oh, well, they never really intended it for it to look this great on PS4, look at what they've said. This was last year. Cyberpunk 2077 dev reassures the game will be amazing on PlayStation 4, saying that you're going to be blown away by the graphics on PlayStation 4. And then, of course, this is 2 weeks before this game launched. This is what I'm talking about when I say that they directly misled you. They fucking lied to you to get your money. They lied to their investors. They lied to their consumers. Cyberpunk 2077 runs surprisingly well on current-gen consoles, according to CD Projekt's CEO. When asked about the performance on base PS4 and Xbox Ones, he said, surprisingly good, I would say, for such a huge world. He said that it's not as good as the Pro counterparts like the PS4 Pro, obviously, but it's still surprisingly good. That's what CD Projekt Red's CEO said to their investors. Well, when speaking of the investors, what has happened since then? Look at when this game released. Look at this. It has absolutely fallen off a cliff, down nearly 30% in only 5 days. And when you're talking about where it was this month, it was up to $31 just before release. That has fallen off a cliff, now down below $20, at $19 right now. because of the reaction that people have had to this. So they are out trying to do as much damage control as they possibly can. So let's take another look right here. Second, we'll fix the bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released. The next one's coming in the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches. So they're talking about all of these different, this outline, the path, right? What does this sound like? So many of these games that have launched broken that they said, well, this is our pathway to get it here. Now, I do believe that CD Projekt Red, the development team, is very committed to making this game run right. I think this entire thing falls on the executives and the PR people that decided that this game needed to come out in December, that decided to hide everything from the consumer while you gave them their money. That is who I blame this solely on. And the worst part of all of this is that those people had the trust of so many consumers. And even now, there's a lot of people defending them. And I'm going to go through a couple of these things. It's absolute embarrassment, to be honest. If you're one of the people that is saying, oh, everyone makes mistakes, it's okay. I agree everyone makes mistakes, but this is not okay because they hid this from you intentionally. They intentionally deceived you in order to get your money, but the backlash has been so big that now they are having to come and apologize. Finally, we would like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with your purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you're not pleased with the game on your console and don't wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system on PSN or Xbox. For box versions, please try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. If all of that doesn't work, contact us, and they give a contact thing. You have a week from today to contact them to get your refund. So keep that in mind. A lot of people are giving them credit for this. However, this was happening before they came out with a statement. Sony is reporting issuing refunds for Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation 4. This had nothing to do with CD Projekt Red saying, oh yeah, you can refund these things. This has to do with a new policy that Sony put into place, a refund policy, which gives users 14 days to cancel their PlayStation 4 purchases. It covers pre-order content, as long as you have not started to download or stream it. In cases where the user has started to download or stream purchase content, they are not eligible for a refund unless their content is faulty. That is why PlayStation 4 was issuing refunds for this, because they're considering this game to be faulty. That is how bad that it runs. So CD Projekt Red is coming out and saying that you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. You could do it before they issued that statement. You can obviously take it back to your GameStop or your Best Buy as well. But they are, I'll give them credit, they are saying, hey, if none of those things work, reach out to us. We'll try to help you. And the reaction to this, I would say, has been a bit split. You have people like this. It's not your fault, honestly. I wouldn't mind waiting more, and honestly, you released it a bit early. Fans wanted a release date every time, so technically, you wanted to bring a phenomenal game, and it's not your fault. Now, I said many times, you can hear me, I'm gonna full screen it for a second. You've heard me so many times when I've talked about Cyberpunk saying that they should delay this game. When they broke their promise about crunch, I said they should delay this game. When they delayed it in November just to December, I said this is not good enough. There's obviously something wrong. They should delay this game. You will get backlash if you delay a game, but when you release it like this, when you trick the customers, when you lie to people about it, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. It's not your fault thing. That is absolute trash. It is their fault. It is completely CD Projekt Red's fault. Now, will they get backlash? Yes, of course. But just like we saw with all of the delays, you have 1 or 2 days of backlash, and then it's forgotten, and people are hyped to get it again. That is all forgotten. But no, this will never be forgotten, the way that this game launched. This is from Razorfist. Remember all that hype about PCs not being able to catch up with the new consoles for a year? Big oops all around. Yeah, this is, if you think that it's just going to look incredible on PlayStation 5, I guess you're kind of fooling yourself. This person tagged me and Mannix in it. Translation, we are losing a shit ton of money, so please wait a bit longer for this dumpster fire to work. 100%. And then Skill Up, right here. CDPR apologizes for hiding console performance before launch, promises updates and offers refunds to all customers. Consumers would have forgiven the bugs, but deliberate efforts to deceive are not so quickly forgiven. Such a shame it went down like this. This is 100% the truth. Now, there are going to be some people in the comments that are really upset, that are saying Cyberpunk is the best game that is ever made. Why do you keep saying these things? The bottom line is that CD Projekt Red had the trust of the consumers, and they betrayed that trust. People coming out and saying, well, so many AAA games come out unfinished. But they don't come out the way they came out on PlayStation 4. And they don't get hidden that way. And if they did, if a company did something like this, we would call them out. If this was EA, if this was Ubisoft, if this was Bethesda, we would rip them to fucking shreds. But the bottom line is, Cyberpunk and CDPR got a pass from so many people because of the goodwill that they had with the customer. I think there's obviously some people that are still going to defend this. In a lot of ways, that trust is gone. You see it with that stock. You see it with the reaction that people are having. And it's a sad state of affairs because people thought that they were the ones to hold up, when in fact, the executives and the PR people made the same decisions that any other one of these developers would have made. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my PO box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.